All right, so some of our favorite questions are word problems. So these are the tax, interest rate, or tax problems. And the one thing that we do remember is there's a formula, and I will give this to you for the final if when you're taking it. So we have the interest or finance, and that equals the amount that you're talking is the principal, or what you're paying, times the rate times the time for simple. This is essentially simple interest. When we talk about compound interest, we're going to deal with exponents and how long and how often we're going to be adding interest. But for the most part, we're going to be talking about this. So when we have word problems, I know we love them. So we're going to read the question carefully, and then usually we work backwards from the last sentence forward to build an equation and then plug in our information. So Miguel bought a desktop computer and a laptop computer. Before finance charges, the laptop cost $300 more than the desktop. So that's going to be an important one. It's going to give us our variable. He paid for the computers using two different financing plans. For the desktop, the interest rate was 6% per year. And for the laptop, it was 7% per year. The total finance charges for 1 year were $398. How much did each computer cost before finance charges? So we're looking at finance, which is the amount that we're talking. With this problem, our last sentence is asking us, we're going to find out how much each computer cost. So that is going to be our answer we're looking for. And the sentence before it is total finance. So we have total finance. We know total means we're adding. And that is going to be your finance of your desktop. Plus your finance laptop. All right, so rather than do anything special or making any problems be a specific type of thing, I always do translation because that is a system that works for most problems, and then I don't have to remember anything special. I'm just changing everything for what I have. So my total finance, I do know that it is $398. And I'm going to be using my formula for my finance of the desktop. So I'm going to put that over here. So I have my desktop. And I have my laptop. Finance. And this is where I'm using that formula. So what did I pay for it? Before finance, the laptop cost $300 more than the desktop. What I'm comparing to, the last word is the desktop, so that is going to be my X. So I'm paying X for my desktop, so that is going to be X. My rate for my desktop is 6%, which is 0.06. So this is going to be 0.06. My time is 1 year. So I don't really have to worry about it because time of 1, if I multiply anything by 1, I get what I have. So I'm going to put this kind of the way that makes a little bit more sense. I like numbers before the variables. So I'm going to say that this is 0.06x. And then I'm going to do the same with the laptop. The laptop is $300 more than the desktop. So it's going to be x plus 300, because more than. And the rate for this is 0.07. I'm going to put that in my formula up where I'm solving my equation as 0.07. I like plain old numbers first. X plus 300. All right, so the problem that I'm solving is just this one. This is what I get to solve. All the rest of the stuff is all my notes. Changed the second to last equation into math, and we're going to simplify this. So this is going to be, I'm just going to keep that 398. I'm going to simplify the right side. So I got 0.06x plus 0.07. I'm going to distribute that through. So I got 0.07x plus, when I'm multiplying numbers like powers of 10 or multiples of 10, and decimals. I do know that for every decimal spot that I'm multiplying by, I can get rid of a 0 when I'm canceling that. So this is really going to be the same. 0.07 times 300 is the same thing as 7 times 3, which is going to be my 21. And that still equals the 398. And then we're going to see if I can keep all of my numbers straight and simplify this. So I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. And we're not sure how good I am about keeping numbers straight in my head. We're going to see if we can write this right. So this is 377 equals, and 0.06 plus 0.07 when I'm adding together is 0.13x. Those are like terms. Getting x by itself, I'm going to divide by 0.13 or 1300ths. Now, I have, this will cancel out, and I just have x by itself. So x equals, now when I am dealing with division, I can usually do my division looking like a fraction, and we don't like to mix fractions and decimals together. So I'm going to get rid of my decimal by moving it 2 spaces to the right. On the bottom, whatever I do at the bottom, I have to do the top. So my decimal was right after the 7. 2 spaces, fill with zeros. So my work that I'm going to be doing is the same as 37700. So 37,700 divided by 13. All right, so hopefully this works out pretty nice. I'm going to say how many times does 13 go into 37. So I'm going to do that over here. Old school division. I haven't found a nice way to make it a little easier for me with distributing. I'm just not comfortable enough with that. So 13 to go into 37, that will be not quite 3 because 13 times 3 is 39. This will be 2, so we'll go 26. And we get a 1, 7. So actually I should have done more because 30's, yeah. All right, that is good. So 13 goes into 170. Something tells me I have subtracted creatively, but we will see. All right, then 13 goes into 17 one time. Yeah, this is not correct. I did something very creative. So, all right, so my creativity is, I'm missing my 1. 337 minus 26 is actually 11. Bring down my 7, so that is where my problem is. Very creative. All right, so 13 goes into 11. It doesn't, which is good, but it is going to be 117. So I'm really thinking it's probably going to be a nice number. So 13 times 9 is 27. So hopefully that. So we're going to try the 9. 9 and 13 times 9 is 10 times 9, which is 90, and 3 times 9 is 27, and that is 117, which is exactly what I have. And then that gives me 0, and then I do need to have the rest of my zeros, so I got to cover up there. So x equals 2,900, and x was my desktop. And then the laptop is going to be 300 more, so 2,900 plus 300 is going to be 3,200. That will be my laptop, which will be $3,200. So the numbers generally will work out pretty nice with our homework. Just make sure that you're translating correctly and watch your numbers, show your work so that there's partial credit, because I can get creative with my numbers, therefore you can get creative with your numbers. If you do everything on the calculator, you don't have anything to turn in for me to give partial credit, so please make sure that you write out the stuff.